We're here today talking about the Southeastern Hay Contest, the 2013 results. We did see about a 30% decrease in the total number of entries that we had. This obviously is due a lot to the weather that we've had this year, but surprisingly the quality of the samples that we did have really wasn't that much different than what we've had in the past. It was a good number. We would like to see more numbers as a result of that, but this year we also had a big problem with the amount of rain we've had in the southeast. There's been a lot of problems with being able to get into those hay fields and getting that forage harvested, which has resulted in some of the lower quality forage and probably resulted in some of the lower numbers in our entries. So we are pleased with the results, but we would like to see an increase next year, hopefully, without having the weather problems that we did have this year.
How much rain did you get in North Alabama this summer?
Oh wow, I don't even know the inches. I know that it started raining and it didn't stop. And that was pretty much all the way through the southeast in Alabama and Georgia and all around the area. One of the big problems we have seen are disease issues in a lot of our Bermuda grass hay fields due to the increases in the rain and the lack of being able to harvest that forage. We've seen a lot of rust and leaf spot diseases, as well as some of the effects from the Bermuda grass stem maggot that is now pretty much taken over the southeast. So we're seeing a lot of problems there, and of course the rain doesn't. It's not always a good thing, I guess.
Yeah. What kind of treatments do you have for diseases in forages?
Unfortunately, there aren't any labeled pesticides or fungicides right now that we have. So when it comes to the leaf rust and the spot diseases that we've seen, the main thing that you need to do is just get that forage harvested and get it off that ground, and to be sure you remove that thatch so that you don't create kind of a hotbed for this fungus to continually thrive. When it comes to the Bermuda grass stem maggot, we're still learning a lot about that, with it being a new insect problem that we are having to deal with. And the biggest I guess recommendation that we do have is to harvest that hay, get that hay out of that area, and then follow up with some pyrethroid treatments. And that'll be 2 different treatments usually to kind of combat some of this. But we're still learning a lot about that right now.
So, of course, no one can predict the weather, but hopefully next year we'll have better growing conditions.
Well, if I could predict the weather, I'd probably have a different job. So, but yes, hopefully we will have a more ideal growing situations for at least our hay fields. It's been a good year to be a grazer. We haven't had a shortage of forage, that's for sure, this year. And coming from the extreme droughts that we've had in the past few years, it's really a different situation to try to get used to having as much rain as we've had. So, but hopefully next year will be a better year for that.